everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name's Ellie and I recently completed the Cultural Representative Programme. So I worked in Epcot in the UK Pavilion for a whole year. So I worked and lived in Disney World for a whole year, which is so crazy. I've been back about 4 months now and I've just been documenting my time post CRP, which isn't as exciting as present CRP. Today I am going to show you what is inside my Disney Parks bag. Yay! Obviously, this isn't entirely accurate because I'm not at a Disney park or going to a Disney park, so this is currently my work bag. But this is the bag that I used when I was in Florida as my Disney Parks bag. Always depends what kind of bag I take to the parks. I might have days where I want to take a giant rucksack like this, or sometimes I would have taken a little teeny tiny bag like this. I used this one quite a lot, and I had like a straw bag, like a picnic bag that I used a lot on my program as well. If I'm having a day where I don't want to take a lot, this one is going to be my friend, and it is big enough to fit like my phone, my camera, lip balm, my purse, the necessities. That is what I would take. But if I'm going to the park maybe all day, this might be the one I'd take because I can put a jumper in it, flip-flops, you name it, it can fit in here. If I'd been to work as well, I would have had a rucksack with me or a bigger bag, because sometimes I'd have to take my costume home with me, especially my shoes. I'd try and drop my costume at the cleaning so that Disney could clean it, but sometimes it'd be like I wouldn't be able to get a costume the next day, so I'd have to take it home with me. But a lot of the time I'd have my work shoes with me, so I'd have to have my big rucksack with me too. Bear in mind that some of these things, I'm gonna say like a jumper, I wouldn't have a jumper if I only had my little bag. So the first thing I would make sure was in my bag every park day is gonna be my vlogging camera. Obviously this is something that I can't physically show you, so I tried to vlog as much of my program as I physically could. Obviously I had park days where I didn't want to vlog it as much, and especially towards the end I kind of wanted to hold things for myself. But saying that, I vlogged every single week for the last month of my program, so definitely go check those out because it's a really great way to see what the program is about and what I was doing on my week-to-week lives. Coinciding with that, I would have my iPhone in my bag. Yay! I was listening to 6. I would take most of my pictures on my iPhone. I have the iPhone XS Max, so it is a pretty decent camera on there. I really like it still. I've had it about a year now, so not really due an upgrade anytime soon, but maybe in like a year's time then I'll buy a new one. It serves me really well, and obviously you want to be on Instagram, you want to be posting everything that you're doing, so it is essential to have your phone with you. My third and final type of camera that I have with me is going to be my Polaroid. I absolutely love having physical copies of pictures that are a bit more old school, and I can put them up. I had a corkboard up in my bedroom in Florida, and I have one up here as well. Sometimes I'd give them to my friends that are in the pictures too, so it was really nice to like have my physical camera. This is quite bulky. I tried to fit it in my small bag, but it wouldn't always work out, so this would probably be something I'd take if I was having my big rucksack with me. Next is going to be really boring things like my purse. This was the purse that I used pretty much the entirety of my program. It's like really festive because it's like tartan, it's got Mickey on the front. This is something that Daniel got me for Christmas. I think it was from Primark, which I love because all I wanted was to go to Primark. I have not emptied my purse since I've been back from Florida. So in here I have my main gate, which I need to get into the parks, my blue ID so I can get discount, a Sephora card, my Universal annual pass, which definitely expired now, a random ticket, I don't know where that's from, some money, got some dollars in here, oh, and stickers, Mickey 90th stickers in here. I obviously didn't want to use them. They're so cute. I don't think you can actually get those stickers anymore because they're from Mickey's birthday, so probably not. Okay, so there's some things that I wouldn't necessarily always carry in my bag, but they'd definitely be in there at some point during the day, or they'd be on my person. So for example, if I went to work, these things would be in my bag and then I'd get them out and put them on. So one of them would be a magic band. This one was my favorite magic band to use. As you can see, it's like super dirty, it needs clean. This is the Millennial Pink Magic Band. I bought this one. I think this was the first one I bought actually. I wanted it for so long and it was the one that I used the most. I also own the Lilac one and I have the Belle one as well. And then I had a few other ones from like resort stays and stuff, but this was generally the one that I used all of the time. Another thing that will always be on my person if I'm on a Disney parks, something that you're not even going to be surprised about, is Minnie Mouses! Oh, I picked these ones, I don't know why. I really like these ones. If I was going to the parks after work, then I would 100% have ears in my bag. If I went with my friends, they'd always forget to bring ears, but I was always the person that had ears in my bag, ready for the parks. If I had my rucksack with me, I would usually have this inside of it. This is like my holy grail. Everything is in here that I need, and I still use this back home in the UK. So in here I'm gonna have things like paracetamol. In the US it wouldn't have been paracetamol, I would have had Advil in here. Concealer, because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, when you're in 40-degree Florida heat, humidity, your makeup is gonna slide off your face. And if you have a horrible spot that you don't want anybody to see and you've put loads of this on, it's already melted off and you're taking loads of pictures, you're gonna wanna reapply. So I always have a spare one. Lip balm! I always carry lip balm everywhere with me because you never know when you're gonna need it. But in Florida, you definitely need it a lot because when you're in air conditioning a lot, it really dries out your lips. I would never take like a pot of Vaseline or something because it's definitely gonna melt and it won't be a good ending inside your lovely Disney bag. But my favorite lip balm is the Burt's Bees Peppermint and Vitamin E. My mom, sometimes she'll use my lip balm and she absolutely hates this. She's always like, why have you got peppermint? And Daniel hates the peppermint too. But I really like it. It kind of makes my lips tingle and it's got vitamin E in it. So why wouldn't you like this? But this is my religious go-to and it always saves my lips, like 100%. I've been through so many lip balms in my time and so many of them just make it worse. This one, I cannot recommend it enough. Really random, but spare contact lenses in case one of them decides to pop out. Usually if I was being like really smart, I'd have my glasses in here too, because if I was having a long park day, sometimes my eyes get a little bit tired and I just want to put my glasses on for the end of the day. In this little bag as well, I always have a scrunchie. I try to carry some form of hair bobble with me at any time. Recently I haven't been crazy into just the elastics because I feel like they're not as good to get in and out of my hair, but these are like really great because they're really like soft. So if I was going on Splash Mountain, then I'd just like pop my hair back into like a pony like this so it's not ruining my hair. If I was going on a crazy ride, say it was really windy or something. This one I actually got from Florida. Is Sully. It came in a 2-pack, this one, and it came with Mike Wazowski and it's got like his eyes and like legs dangling off. These ones are a little bit tight. I do have some other ones from Forever 21 that are a little bit looser, but these ones are really cute, so why wouldn't you want to wear the cute ones? Also in my little bag, I tend to have a little baby body spray. This one is a Victoria's Secret one called Tease. It's very similar to a bigger one that I use all of the time. It's nearly run out actually, which is really sad. This one, always have with me because you're sweating all day, every day in the parks, and say you've just finished work, you want to spray. This is your god because it's only small, you don't have to carry a big one with you. Usually in this bag, well, I say usually, throughout my program I didn't necessarily always have this because I was really bad with not wearing sun cream. If I go on holiday, I'd always try to carry sun cream with me in the park because like my nose and my shoulders and stuff, they burn really easily. But when I was there for a year, I really grew accustomed to the heat, the weather, so I didn't really burn as much, which meant I didn't really wear as much sun cream, which I know is really bad, and I do feel bad. Like I'm not promoting this, so I would usually have sun cream in my bag as well. Another thing I would always have is gonna be my hand sanitizer. This one is from Bath & Body Works. It's actually a Christmas one, Twisted Peppermint. I got it really cheap. I think it was like 70% off, so it was like 30 cents or something. So I bought hundreds. I'm not a huge hand sanitizer person, but when I went to Florida and I started working in food and beverage, and obviously you're touching a lot of things at work, your hands can get really gross. And Bath & Body Works is the best place on earth, so I really got into it. My mom and dad just recently went to Mexico and they brought me back loads, so I really recommend this. I've also heard that in Disneyland Paris it can be not as clean, so I definitely am going to be taking this with me. I've got like a little case for it as well. I don't know if you can see, it just hooks through here, and then I can put it on my bag so I can literally take it anywhere with me. Another thing I always have is gonna be my sunglasses. So these ones are like, they're really old ones from Topshop, I'm gonna be honest. They're like broken, stretched, they've got a scratch on them, but they're one of my favorite pairs of sunglasses ever, and I don't want to say goodbye to them, and I can't find a pair that are similar, so I'm just like holding on to them for now. And they were really good because they were Disney looks, so I could wear them for work, wear them in the parks, and sometimes you're just feeling like really hot and run down and you want to put a cap on to get out of the sun, or you want to put sunglasses on, or it's just really helpful to have if you are having a moment where you need to chill out. Another thing that is an essential if you're having moments where you're like dying in the heat, it's going to be a water bottle. This isn't one that I took to Florida, this is one that I used for a little bit back here. It's a Beauty and the Beast one from the live action Beauty and the Beast. It's from the Disney store, it's a few years old now. I don't really use it that much anymore because I don't want to ruin it because I love it that much, but I would always try and take some form of water bottle with me. If you don't want to have like a hard plastic one like this, I would just buy a Dasani one and then just keep filling it up throughout the park. You can get ice water anywhere, you can fill it up at the water fountains. I cannot recommend drinking a lot of water. I drink a lot of water now even though I'm not in the 40-degree heat. It's so important, it's so good for you, and I feel like it's really good for your skin and your hair as well, and it's free. So usually, depending on the type of day I was having in the park, I would take an array of snacks as well. If I was getting an Uber and it was quite early, I would grab a Rice Krispie cake to go, maybe a banana, maybe yogurt to go. I'd take snacks for later on in the day, especially if I was going to the parks now, like on vacation. I would definitely go to Walmart and stock up on some snacks because Disney Parks food can be quite expensive. Although it is all Mickey shaped and amazing for the Instagram, it can be quite expensive, so stocking up on snacks is really good, especially for me, someone who was going to the parks like sometimes 5-6 days a week. I couldn't keep spending money on food and snacks, so I'd always try and take food with me. If I knew it was going to be cold or maybe get a little bit rainy later on, I would pack a sweater inside of my rucksack, obviously not in the little bag. This is one that I bought, I think it's part of the 2019 collection. When I went to Disneyland in California, I bought the one from there in the same design, but obviously it's called the Disneyland. I just think it's so cute because it's got all of the different parks on it. Epcot's front and center. And it's really cozy. It's different material to the Spirit jerseys. It's more like a fluffy, cozy jumper, so I always take that one with me. Also, depending on the weather, I might take a raincoat in my bag, fold it up really small. Flip-flops in the summertime I'd always wear, because if I was wearing canvas shoes like Vans or Converse, I really wouldn't want them to get wet because soggy toes like makes it really uncomfortable. So if it would start to rain, I might put flip-flops on. I also might pack a spare pair of socks because, once again, soggy socks make it really uncomfortable. Another thing I might pack would probably be my Tangle teaser. I don't actually know where it is since I've been home. I have this really bad feeling I left it in Florida, but it's only like a small hairbrush this big and it would fit perfectly even in my little bag. And my hair gets quite knotty, especially if it's windy, and I hate it when my hair is knotty. Like, I just think it looks horrible. So I really think a Tangle teaser is good for someone like me. Now, this one you guys are probably going to think is a little bit odd, but for me, when I was on the cultural representative program, there would be days where I would be the only person that had that day off, so I'd have to go to the parks by myself. I'd choose to go to the parks by myself because what's the point in staying at home when you're literally a 20-minute bus ride from Magic Kingdom? So sometimes in my Disney Parks bag, I would have my notebook and a pen, and I would sit on the hub grass and I would make some notes about videos. I would write in my diary, because I have a diary where I plan out my week and what I'm going to do on each day, and I would write all my shifts in just so I knew what was going on. And I'd sit and I'd watch Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair, I'd grab a drink, maybe just chill for a little bit. I'd even take my reading book sometimes and just sit and read, because, you know, what's the point in sitting at home when you can do all those things at home, but you could do it in Magic Kingdom? Going forward, I think something that would also be in my Disney Parks bag would be a reusable straw, probably like an aluminium one that hopefully I could bend or something. I didn't get around to buying one when I was in Florida because I wanted one towards the end of my program, and obviously I was bringing a lot of things home, so it was a little bit awkward for me to carry it home. So obviously I'm I'm probably going to buy one going forward and take it with me on my travels, especially back to Florida. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed what's in my Disney Parks bag. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram if you don't already. It's just going to be at Ellie Brown, spelled exactly like my name. I'll put it down here. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!